This Friday is my birthday. Now, I'm not saying this to get birthday wishes or to get a cake. I've got one of those coming, a big chocolate cake. I'm saying this to show appreciation. It's a big birthday, one of those that makes you think about your life and worry a bit. I will turn 50 this Friday, and as much as I have dreaded the big 50, it's here. If 50 is middle age, then I'm living to 100, and I'm fine with that. But I'm grateful for those little things like good health and good friends, the things we should appreciate every single day. I'm also grateful for my life as a sportscaster and what I've been able to see. As we grow older, we all wish we could knock a decade or so off of our life, go back a little bit, and sure, I wish it was the big 40 I was turning on Friday instead of 50. But I'm glad I've been able to see great things in my life and in sports. I'm glad I remember life before remote controls and cell phones. I'm glad I remember the days of getting the newspaper in the morning to actually get the news, and I'm glad I got to watch Dale Murphy taking at bat in the big leagues, and I got to watch Steve Barkowski lead my favorite football team, and see in person Dominique Wilkins make a slam dunk. While I didn't see him in person, I'm glad I used to run home from Mass every Sunday to watch the Vince Dooley show so I could see the best player in college football history, Herschel Walker, run all over people. Now, this is kind of hard to believe, but if you are watching this and you just graduated from college, you likely were not alive when the Atlanta Braves won the World Series in 1995. Well, I was there that October night, and thank God I was. I didn't just read about Tom Glavine and John Smoltz and Greg Maddux. I watched them play in person. I'm glad I was around when Ernie, Pete, and Skip were calling Braves games and for Bobby Cox to manage my favorite baseball team. I'm grateful I heard Larry Munson every Saturday afternoon in the fall for 35 years. And since my life in sports, of course, is very sports-oriented, I've seen a lot of great things in my 50 years. I've also seen great things here in Middle Georgia for almost half of my life. I was 25, almost 26 when I moved to Macon. And believe it or not, I'm kind of glad that when I started my career in television, we were still banging on typewriters and not computers. We were carrying around big, heavy cameras and tape decks, taping sporting events. There was actual tape in the cameras instead of a small chip. I'm reminded of how times have changed when I walk in our newsroom here at 41 NBC, as I'm now the old guy in here. I see kids who graduate from college and can only hope they can understand and appreciate that the millennial work ethic doesn't always work. It takes more than texting your friends all day to get your job done, and it sometimes even takes more than 8 hours, whether you're paid for it or not. I'm just grateful, despite the fact that one of my good friends told me that now that I am hitting 50, my check engine light is going to come on more often. I'm still grateful for what I've seen, how I've lived, and what I still have got to look forward to for the next 50 years. And shouldn't we all be?